Hello YouTubers! Welcome all of you. Thank you for checking me out. We have nature and gardening and filming wildlife on the back roads of northern New York. Also, I love music and I write songs every chance that I get. Come and join me to hear great music. I am open to networking and collaboration, so please subscribe and ring that bell if this sounds like a channel you would like to watch future videos of. Hello, this is Wendy. I'm with St0rmyw1nd Productions. He's worn out too. I'm giving you a little garden tour. Like how I woke up 12 years later. Zinnias are growing really lovely. I planted giant zinnias on the 7th of June, and so it's going to be interesting to see how that comes through. This is my perennial bed, and I've actually got some broccoli growing in it. But anyway, here's some more zinnias. Those new blooms are really beautiful. How do I do this real quick? Okay, well, here's our garden. We've got zucchini growing in here. It's been extremely hot, but there she is. And it's got like 4 zucchini plants growing together. That's how they sold it at the Aubuchon store. We're starting to get more growth on the cucumbers. They're looking pretty weathered. We've been getting squash bugs already. Here's little onions. Some beautiful Brussel sprouts coming. I believe there's about 14 of those, along with 14 broccolis. Been having a real big trouble getting my music to burn on a CD. I want to be able to have music playing when I'm talking to you on my live video broadcast. So I've been having to do all sorts of burning to figure out what speed it's going to actually work on. But this is my eggplant, which has just grown exponentially. We've got tons of new tomatoes. This is getting huge. Amazing. That's just one plant. So the spacing was correct. They get humongous. Look at that. Well, here's our other squash plant, and there's, I believe, 2 squashes growing on this one. This is a song I wrote called Early in the Morning. But anyway, just showing you the eggplant, and this is our new first time for root vegetables this year. So these are our beets, and they're looking really good. We've already harvested a couple, and we boiled them down yesterday, and we're gonna try eating the greens. Now here's the spinach that went to seed. So spinach is not doing very good. It has been super duper hot here. It looks like I might have one decent spinach plant out of all of these, but what do you do? But here's some peppers, all different sizes still, but they are looking really good. Here's a beautiful one that's come up. I'm not sure if that's a jalapeno or not, but almost looks like a sweet pepper. And here's a real nice looking bigger pepper plant, and this one's even got like a little pepper flower on it. I haven't really done a whole lot of hand germinating, because it's just been too hot to come out here. But look at that bloom. This is an okra bloom. And look, I've got an okra down here. I think I need to pick it. It's beautiful. Look at that. You can see it. This is my first time growing okra. And there's a beautiful bloom. Real close. And there's another bloom also. There's a smaller one. And then here's another one with a bloom on it. There we go. Well, there's a little eeny-weeny one over here, but I actually had a problem because it actually had broken off the stem, and so I brought it in and put it in some water, and I got the root to come back. So it's quite stunted, but it should come back pretty well. Wow, there's 3 in here. I'm gonna have to sit down here and get these harvested. Wow. Yay. I'm going to go ahead and harvest this one. There's 4. Look at that. So cool. A little teeny still, but looks like this one might be ready. Look at that. Look, so far I've got 3. And we've got a new bud here on the eggplant. The eggplants are going to start growing. Look at that. That's a new bud. So it should be interesting. You guys are going to freak out when you see all these tomatoes. There's tomatoes everywhere. Let me put these down. Here's some more. Look at that. Beautiful tomatoes, and they are gonna need to be re-staked or re-tied. So they're starting to get bigger now. But there's some tomatoes in here. Yay! I think these are the purple Cherokee because they seem to have like little indentations on them. So I'm hoping those are going to be bigger than the others because the other 4th of July ones I think are small. They've been very small when ripening. Here's our peas. I harvested quite a few the other day. And I've got new seeds that I planted hoping that they're going to start coming up. So the ones that passed away can be revitalized. We will see. But these purple Cherokees are just, look at that. They are coming on quick with this heat. Look at those. I think these are the 4th of Julys. But we're already starting to get ripening on some of these. Look at this. We've got 3 rows starting here. Look at this one. Isn't that amazing? I'm so excited about this. And this is a sucker. And because the top came off of this, I got one of my large suckers and I put it into the ground. And what do you know? It is growing. And so hopefully that can take over from the growth that we missed on that one. We will see. But look at those tomatoes. They're just beautiful. This one's not even producing anything except for some buds on the top, so maybe this is a purple Cherokee, but here's some more. And here's some more. I think these are the purple Cherokees. They're looking beautiful. Here's some more. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? So stoked. Can't believe these. And here's some purple Cherokees, I think. So we've got a good combination of the purple Cherokee and 4th of July hybrid. Look at those. Isn't that amazing? And we put up this really cool windmill. I also want to show you. This is my new herb. It's a yugal culture. We just recently cut down some cedar trees, and I put little cedar logs that were cut real small down in the bottom. But we've got basil and chives growing in here, and then we've got more basil, more chives, and then we've got rosemary here. But I planted some dill and some thyme in my sink here just the other day, trying to make sure I get everything planted because it's getting late in the season. So let me show you my deck. Oh, I have to also show you these are my logs that we saved from the cedar trees. And I'm going to use these to put pots on with flowers. So this is our Weigela bush, which for some reason doesn't put out very many blooms. But here is our deck with all of the lettuce and arugula. This is arugula. It's grown back. It's looking really good. And then these are the ones that were harvested and donated to the community center. That's an amaryllis and bachelor button. And then some of the I believe it's a, I always forget names of some of these plants. But anyways, these are looking really nice. Rhododendron, I believe she said, but I don't know, that's probably wrong. But these are growing really nice. I actually had a really long vine, and the vine, all the leaves came off of it, and so I cut it into pieces and propagated all of the pieces to get more leaves to grow during the wintertime. And here's some of my house plants that I hardened off and planted. But this one here is really going to town at wandering too. It's just everywhere. And these are some perennial flowers that I put in the top. So here's what the garden looks like from the deck. There we go.
I wasn't there, my melodic daydream.
I've been working hard trying to grow. Here's some wild chamomile. And this is what this basket's looking like, and it's just beautiful. And here's another house plant that I hardened off. This is what the other little ones are supposed to look like eventually, so I think it's probably going to be in a month or so we might get more growth on them. We'll see. All of my radishes went to seed, but there's some radishes in there. I didn't have enough containers to put it all into jars because the stuff never arrived that I ordered. But this is some of the stunted stuff that was put into jars, and it is really taking off. So I should have a little bit more to bring to help feed my community. I'm going to come around here real quick and show you my hydrangeas. It's really, really dry. These ones are actually growing back. And as you can see here, there's growth on these. I had to cut them because the flowers died back. The other hydrangea that I've got over here, I had cut it all the way back, and so apparently it's very stunted, but hopefully one day it will actually come back again. Howard helped me cut my huge trees for the lilacs because they were taking the sun away from my flower bed. Here's my flower pot here. It's gotten huge. Here we are. Got zinnias. There's a plant in here. I think this is eucalyptus or something that's supposed to help, or one of the other mosquito repelling plants. But I also planted giant zinnias in all of my direct sun and my shade beds. So I think it takes 10 to 15 days. I was done on the 7th. So in the next month and a half, we should have huge flowers coming in. Here's a new lupine that was grown over winter. This is a delphinium that keeps having trouble getting bigger, but I think we might be able to get more blooms on it soon. There was tons of blooms, but they ended up deciding to break off this year. So last year it was humongous. Here's some more beautiful flowers that I've got growing. And then there's some more of those zinnias. But here's what the dahlias are looking like right now. Now here's a strange thing going on with my lupine. I'm wondering if this might be a blight or something, but it's growing really strangely. We've been having super scorching hot weather for the last 10 days, and I think it's going to continue for another couple weeks. Now here's the giant lily. Has not opened yet. But believe me, I will definitely take photos and document that. But I got a nice, pretty good harvest, bigger than last year on my black caps. But here's a look at what it's looking like. I did some trimming on the tops last year, but we're still having a little issue. I think I might have needed to trellis the whole plant, because it looks like parts of them are dying, like in the back here, and there's no reason for it to die because there's nothing that's really tightly wrapped around any of the branches. But anyway, it could be because this huge lilac tree is not helping the sun much, and it's pretty much taking a lot of room. We're going to probably end up having to cut this one as well. But here's my peonies bed that I cut all my peonies out and planted a couple plants. But I also put the giant zinnias all along here. And I've got some wandering dew growing down here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Wandering dew, but it's not doing too good down here. But and a geranium, I think it is. And here's the one rose that lived. It's almost dead now, but I had 3 roses and they ended up 2 of them dying, so I had to tear them out, and I planted giant zinnias in its place. And here's our new bed. We've got flower pots, and there's the tree that's down that we still have to work on because the chainsaw chain came loose and Howard had to try to get it put back on, and it's just been too hot. So, but here's the new bed. This has 2 hollyhocks growing in the middle, and then I believe this is a clematis that's growing down here in the corner that's really holding on very nicely. And then of course some pots of flowers, some annuals, and a few that I grew. And then one more little item, and I'll be wrapping this video up. But if you like what you're listening to about planting, and join me on Facebook and join me on YouTube for more videos coming soon. Now this is the grapevine that I thought I killed, but it's slowly growing back, and so sorry about that. It's going to probably be a couple years before it comes back, but at least I know that it's still alive. This bed was also planted with giant zinnias on Tuesday, And here is our little baby grape that was done, it was planted last year. And if you look real close, I thought I saw some grapes growing, but must be wrong about that because I don't see them now. So must have been some of those things that, you know, wrap up on the thing, but it's looking really nice. Hello, YouTubers. Welcome, all of you. Thank you for checking me out. We have nature and gardening and filming wildlife on the back roads of northern New York. Also, I love music, and I write songs every chance that I get. Come and join me to hear great music. I am open to networking and collaboration, so please subscribe and ring that bell if this sounds like a channel you would like to watch future videos of.